What is the most expensive part of your car? Pop quiz.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is the DIY Detail Podcast. For most vehicles, the most expensive part of your car is actually the paint. And what we're going to dive into today is, why should we detail our car? Why is it important to keep our car clean? Why is it important to detail the interior on a regular basis? Those are all questions we're going to answer because we get asked that question on a regular basis.
I think it's important for the soul to keep things clean, Ivan, but there's more to it than that. What's the most important reason why folks out there should take detailing seriously, like actually clean their car, keep their car clean?
Well, we'll start with the outside. We'll work our way in. On the outside, first of all, very simply, dirt that accumulates on the surface eventually causes damage. And that damage, contamination, etc., it builds up over time and it keeps working its way deeper and deeper and deeper into the paint. One great example is artillery fungus. Not everyone has artillery fungus. It usually affects only light colored cars. But what artillery fungus does, it is a fungus and it grows roots into your paint. So if you get the artillery fungus off just by washing, in a lot of cases, just washing it will take it off if it's fresh. If it's been sitting there for a couple weeks, you're not getting it off with washing, and now you have to go to a more extreme solution.
And when I used to detail a lot of customer cars, Ivan, I would notice that if people were washing their car a lot, I wouldn't see as many of those orange spots, even when they were going through the scratch pass on white vehicles. Like those rust spots that you have to shave off with our decontamination towel, they wouldn't populate, it seemed like, as frequently on vehicles that got washed often. So can we talk about how keeping up on the wash can actually help in the contamination front?
Oh, definitely helps with contamination, because contamination, basically as it builds up on the surface, it goes out in the sun, comes back in the cold, etc. You're putting it on plastic. Clear coat is plastic. So that little metal particle or that little mineral or whatever, every time it's getting hot and cold, it's diving a little bit deeper into that surface. So the more often you wash it, the less chance it has to embed itself and grab hold. Therefore, you're not going to have those problems. And yes, you mentioned people going through a car wash. I'd much rather someone go through a car wash than not wash their car. So even if you're that person that has that subscription that you can go through 5 times a day if you want, that might be a little excessive, but once a week, take it through a car wash. That's better than not washing it. Yes, you might mar the surface a little bit. Some car washes do. A lot of modern car washes actually don't do that much damage. So find a good one, and you can also go through a touchless car wash. Again, they use harsh chemicals, but at the same time, your car is going to be relatively clean. And from there, once in a while, hand wash it. You know, people say, well, in the winter, it's not below freezing every day in the winter. There are nice, warm, sunny days that you can take a bucket of warm water outside and wash your car. So there are instances where, yes, when it's snowing and a blizzard and, minus 20 outside, of course, you're not going to go outside and wash your car. But there are those nice days in January and February where the sun is bright and reflecting off the snow and it's a little warm. Those are great days to go out and wash your car. But wash your car on a regular basis on the outside is going to do a lot of things for you. An example, your wheels. For myself, I just use rinseless wash or Incredible Suds to clean my wheels because I clean them on a weekly basis. There's nothing that accumulates on them that won't remove. But if you go 6 months without cleaning your wheels, you're going to be using all clean. You're going to be using iron remover. And if you're going a year or two, you might need to use something like wheel acid. And that's the last thing you want to do is get out the sledgehammer. We can massage everything every week, but if you let it go so far, we'll use our bodies as an example. You have a little ache and pain. You go to the masseuse, you go to the chiropractor, whatever, get it taken care of. That's fine. Let it go and always work with that pain. You might end up with a hunchback, or you might end up with a limp, or you might end up with, an imbalance in your body that causes you problems everywhere else. Now, that might be a little extreme, but I've seen, some people have that. So with your car, keep clean on a regular basis. It's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to wash it. It's going to look better. You're going to feel happier driving your car. And there's no proof of this, but apparently a clean car gets better fuel economy, is easier to drive, and goes faster too.
Ivan, I will say I have mixed feelings about my Jeep's wheels, because when I picked up my Jeep in Omaha, you helped me get some wheels before I got there. And it was a good deal on Facebook, and they were new, but I thought they were kind of boring, these 5-spoke wheels. You said these are easy to clean. You're going to want these. You park outside, and you were so right. They are so easy to clean. We never ceramic coated them, but I've either put ceramic gloss on them or I've used quick beads. I've put some kind of protection product on these wheels every time I've washed it. And most recently, the Jeep went about 6-7 weeks without getting washed. I'll be totally honest with you. That's just how life happens sometimes. And I didn't use any all clean. I didn't use any acid. I don't think I even used any iron remover. I did a foam rinse foam, and they cleaned up beautifully. Just incredible suds, rinsed. Incredible suds, wheel and body brush, and they just cleaned up so easily. And it was like, this is why, even if you put cleaning off, taking care of your stuff, putting protection products on it. So it's better to clean them really often because, yeah, rinseless wash probably would have been great. But yeah, incredible suds, foam rinse foam, no harsh chemicals needed. So even if you're not going to keep up on your stuff, protect it with a ceramic coating or put some, quick beads on there after you wash the vehicle. Just if you can't get to it often, at least put some protection on it after you wash it when you get a chance.
Yeah, and protection is an important thing. And some people, our best protection is obviously ceramic coating. Ceramic coating is the one that's going to protect against chemicals the most. It's the one that's going to slow down that contamination. It's going to make it easier to wash, etc. But we do have other alternatives. And using some form of protection when you're washing, not as good as ceramic coating, but it's close. So like you said, you use quick beads on the wheels regularly. There is that self-cleaning ability to quick beads. It's great. And, if you have a car with one of those intricate honeycomb grills, it's great to use it there. Any intricate area, but you can use it over the whole body. But for myself, quick beads really shines on wheels. It really shines on those intricate little details of a car that are hard to get to, that would be difficult to ceramic coat, and even engine base too. And keeping your engine clean is something else that a lot of people ignore. It's not difficult to do. It's not dangerous. Don't worry. Your car's not going to magically stop working. It's designed to get wet. But if you've waited 5 years before cleaning your engines, then you might need a degreaser. You might need a more active chemical. You might need something more caustic to break through that grime that's accumulated over all that time. And God forbid you'd have an oil leak, you've got oil, mist everywhere, etc. So if you maintain it on a regular basis, I do my engines every 6 months. It's not that often, but they're always clean. They just accumulate dust. I put quick beads on them when I'm done. That way they just wash off easily the next time.
So let's talk about this. You got to get your car ceramic coated early. I think that's the best thing anybody can do. I mean, yes. Paint protection film is expensive. It's nice. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to even do the front end probably. And if you want to do more, but the most accessible thing I think for the DIYer out there is you could absolutely ceramic coat your own vehicle. You wash, you decontaminate, you polish. Just a really deep clean and bring some shine. We don't have to go after all the scratches. Then we use some kind of panel prep or adhesion promoter polish. Then we lay on the ceramic coating. Then your base layer is set. It's like, okay, I've built the foundation of this house on sturdy ground. After that, choose your own adventure. But if you keep up on this vehicle, you can actually just rinseless wash your car with a bucket, a little bit of rinseless wash in your water, your legacy sponge, a drying towel, and something like C6 mist, and you're just going to barely need a hose if you really keep up on your vehicle, Ivan. Yeah. There's certain things that will come around like paint or road tar, right? And if you address these things early, they come off easy. But when you let them sit for months and months, that can be a problem. So there's just all these reasons why if you stay up on it, it's going to be easy to stay up on. It'll be more fun. You'll enjoy your car more. Is it worth the time though, Ivan? I mean, life is busy.
It is worth the time. And if you look at detailing as a hobby and you look at detailing as a release, as an escape, it's a lot of fun to do. You're ending up with a product at the end. You're ending up with a clean car. So your hobby is there. Now, a lot of people start going down the rabbit hole and then they find a roadblock in the rabbit hole. And that roadblock is misorganization or lack of organization. So when they want to detail their car, it takes them half an hour, 45 minutes to get all the stuff out and hook up the hoses and do this, that, and the other thing. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I know better too, Ivan, and I don't have a garage, man, and it's rough. We're going to need a garage audit soon. But anyway, continue on.
Insert a picture of your storage area here before you redid it. Yeah, no,
it already got bad again.
Okay, but anyways, organization is key. And if you're organized, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it faster. So if instead of taking 45 minutes to get to the point where you're able to start putting the first drops of product on your car, as opposed to taking 5 minutes, you're going to be a lot happier with that 5 minute timeline as opposed to 45 minutes or an hour. And I've heard people say it takes them 3 to 4 hours to wash their car. Either they're listening to really good music and taking a lot of breaks, or they're just disorganized, because organization is a big part of it. And when you're organized, it makes it more fun. And the other thing is, before putting your stuff away, get it ready for the next time. So, your foamer, your sprayers, whatever, clean them out, get them ready for the next time. Your bucket, make sure that it's clean. Make sure your wash media is clean. It's ready to go. Your towels are in the wash, eventually in the dryer. That way, when you're ready to wash the car next week, everything is clean, everything is ready to go, and it makes it a lot easier. That way, you're not sitting on your sofa going, oh, I'd really like to wash my car, but I got to do this, and this before starting. That knocks it all away. That takes the fun out of it. So
It
prepare.
does. I mean, I agree with you. But if you spend the time on the front end, then you can be really efficient when you're washing. So ideally, your front end isn't going to take as long.
Right. The idea is to make it easy, make it fun. As an example, we have a friend of the channel, Bruce from Bruce's Garage. He's very organized, but about a year ago, he installed his pressure washer right beside the garage door. That made his life so much easier because now he wasn't hooking up hoses. Everything was hooked up. All he had to do was turn it on and turn the faucet on. That made his life easier. It made it easier for him to wash a car. That way, instead of having a half hour setup, he had 30 seconds of setup. That is what you're striving for. And when you do that, it becomes easier. It becomes more fun to wash your car on a regular basis. You might come home from work one day. It's a nice day. You've got half an hour. What the heck? I'll wash the car. Or you get up early one morning. It's too early to leave for work. What the heck? Let's wash the car. It can be that simple. It doesn't take that long. Sylvia, I had a friend that was visiting before he hooked his car up to the back of his bus. We washed it for him. It took us 10 minutes. It wasn't that long, but everything is ready to go. So those are things that when you have that organization, when you're ready to go, it makes it more fun and you're going to do it more often.
And let's just give a little cheerleading, like motivational speech. In the days after you wash your car, even if it's pollen or dust or certain things fall on your car, it still looks really good. Like I thoroughly enjoy driving said cleaned car, enjoying the fruits of my labor from days ago.
Exactly.
And you will too.
Yeah.
There's like, how do you put a price tag on smiles per gallon, right?
No, you don't. And very much so, there are smiles per gallon involved. It's a lot nicer driving a clean car. And that really, really extends to the interior of the car. The interior of the car is where it can become very daunting to clean because you let it go too far. There's that stuff that accumulates everywhere. There's that layer of dust and dirt on everything. And your steering wheel is the only thing that's shiny, and it shouldn't be shiny. It should be nice and matte. So
well, shiny leather is dirty leather, right, Ivan?
Exactly. Unless, there are some exceptions to the rule, but they're few and far between. But today's modern leather should be a matte finish look. And when I say modern, it's like from 2000 and up. There were shiny leathers in the past, but they're long gone.
I think I'm ready finally to admit that extractors don't belong in detailing. I recently detailed my own car for the House of Rags YouTube channel, Nick at Night, and I brought out this Bissell Spot Clean Pro. Introduced way too much moisture to the car, thinking this was the way to deep clean. And I actually knew I could do it without it, but I was like, let me just try something new. I was looking for some excitement. And I just got the car way too wet. And I probably let the car go way too long before detailing. And it's just a reminder that when you keep up on it, you don't have to bring out the sledgehammer when you can use a scalpel.
Right. It's so much easier to do when you do it on a regular basis. If you're the type of person that unfortunately is stuck in a traffic jam every morning, have a microfiber towel and some interior clean and protect in your cup holder. And while you're in traffic, you can clean the console area. You can clean the dash. You can clean your door panel while you're creeping along at a very slow pace in traffic. It'll make it go by faster. Same thing. While your gas is filling up, you can clean a small section of your interior. It's easy to do. There are times when we want to do that full dive where we take everything out of the interior and we blow it out and we do all that. But there are times for that quick vac and wipe down that make it so much easier. And if you do that quick vac and wipe down on a regular basis, you'll never need to get out the extractor and the heavy equipment and the compressor and all of that. Sylvie and I clean our car. Well, Sylvie cleans it more than I do, but she cleans it on a regular basis. We've never had to take a blower to the inside of our car. We've never had to take compressed air to the inside of our car because it never gets dirty enough. It never accumulates anything. And little secret tip here. Interior clean and protect is anti-static, meaning use it on a regular basis, dust will not accumulate as fast. On our BMW, that's a convertible. We leave it, we live on a gravel driveway when we're in Quebec. The car is there, the top is down. So there is dust that accumulates, but we're always testing products and we do half and half. The side that has consistently been done with interior clean protect, there's always less dust accumulation than on the other side. So yes, it does work, and it just makes it easier to clean the interior.
I love interior clean and protect for the interior, and it's a great cleaner. People underestimate the fact that it just cleans exceptionally well.
Yeah, it's not protect and clean. It's clean and protect.
Right. I think it's actually a better cleaner than it is like, oh my gosh, this is the most long-standing protection ever. If you want protection long-term, we have interior ceramic, which is a great product to lay down, kind of almost set it and forget it after you clean early on, ideally, right? You ceramic coat your interior and your exterior, and then you can just kind of do these maintenance cleans, which is really enjoyable. I think getting the right vacuum for you is also good. I'm a big guy on human behavior versus just total logic. And I think that if you enjoy using your vacuum and if it works really well, you'll have fun using it and you'll use it more. That's kind of how I am. So I'm not recommending this vacuum. I spent a lot of money on it because I don't have a garage, but like I got this cordless vacuum from Ego and it's fun. I really enjoy using it. And even though I don't have a nice elaborate garage setup, it's easy to pull it out of my storage unit and vacuum my car. Whereas if I had to like plug something in, run an extension cord, or if I didn't like my vacuum, so do you have a kind of a philosophy, Ivan, on vacuums, or do you not overthink that part of it?
The quieter it is, the better it is, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
it's the noise that bothers me. But yeah, having a good vacuum cleaner, and again, if you do it on a regular basis, you don't need the heavy industrial vacuum cleaner that has 300 inches of water lift or 6,000 CFM, whatever. You just need, and don't worry, they don't make vacuums at 6,000 CFM. That would suck the whole car in. But that being said, having a vacuum that is nice and quiet and, like you say, convenient and easy to use. So yours is cordless. All you have to do is turn it on, bring it out beside the car, turn it on.
It's great.
It's very quick and easy to vacuum. That will allow you to do it more often. That will allow you to, I've got a bit of accumulation. Let me quickly vacuum that up, as opposed to waiting. Now, those of us that live in a winter climate and we have snow, we have ice, and we have salt, that salt ring that accumulates around the carpet, that is something you can prevent in the winter. And you prevent it by keeping your interior cleaner and not, before putting your snow-laden boots in the car, hit them against each other and then slide them into the car. And if you see that you're accumulating snow on your floor mat, take it out, shake it off, put it back in. And there's a lot of really good floor mats out there that have an edge that will keep like almost half a gallon of water in them before they spill out onto the carpet. So that's another thing that's important, is protect yourself, protect your vehicle against things like that. So interior ceramic is a great case for everything like that. It'll, if you put it on your carpet, that salt ring is going to be a lot easier to remove, and it may not even accumulate because you have the interior ceramic there.
What do you make of driving shoes? Do you ever think about that? I'm going to change my shoes out when I get into my car, so I have just driving shoes. Is that the way to keep your car clean?
Where would you put the other shoes while you're driving? Do you leave them on the driveway as you drive away?
I don't know. Maybe you put them, under the passenger on the floor mat or something.
Yeah. No, the reason for driving shoes is for easier access to the pedals, heel and toe, better feel on the pedals. So if you get a true racing driving shoe, the sole is extremely thin and it makes your foot as narrow as possible. So that is why I have driving shoes, but I don't have driving shoes just for everyday use.
For cleanliness. And you don't wear gloves in the car to prevent oil and fingerprints on the steering wheel?
No, I have a microfiber towel close by though.
I'm just thinking of ways you could go above and beyond, the OCD method.
Well,
I
driving gloves are, something that was a lace back driving glove, in the 70s, the 80s was very popular. And that was one of the reasons. You have better grip on your steering wheel. It's a little easier. And, they look cool too. So,
they do look cool. I also think like every couple of months, just cleaning your glass, because every once in a while I'll be like, I clean my glass really well, and then I'll like see some kind of haze or weirdness, and I'm like, how did that get dirty again? So it's nice to just keep up on the glass. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when you have streak-free windows on the outside and inside, kind of panoramically. I don't know, it just feels
yeah.
nice. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's a feeling. It's also
Yeah.
safety.
For me, dirty windows are the bane of my existence. I hate driving a car with fogged up, dirty windows. It's just annoying. And one of the things that you can help to do to prevent that is don't get those vent clips and little trees and things like that. They put out an oil that not only covers your interior, your windows, your plastics, but also you when you're in the vehicle. They get in your lungs. It's everywhere. So there are ways of getting fragrances in the car if you want a fragrance that are a lot safer. But at the same time, to me, I like a odor-free or fragrance-free vehicle. That is my goal. And a new vehicle is going to have off-gassing, which means your plastics that are everywhere in the vehicle, the carpet, you name it, it's still curing, it's still off-gassing, and that can happen for years, but it slows down after the first couple months. That's why you're going to get this weird sort of, excuse me, this weird sort of haze over the glass that it's like, I'm sure I cleaned my glass 2 or 3 days ago. It was perfect. And now I've got this oily looking haze everywhere.
One thing I tried that you'd recommended recently is I cut tire lotion 1-to-1.
Yep.
And I just cleaned my floor mats with rinseless wash. And while they were still wet, I actually used the tire lotion. I did a few sprays of it at 1-to-1, and then used it as like my final detailer because I didn't actually need. I just rinseless wash, sprayed them, then used the Tornador with forced air. You could use a leaf blower to blow off most of the crud. There were some stuck things left on them, and with the tire lotion 1-to-1 and a microfiber towel. I know tire lotion is not meant to clean, but I just used it and the rinseless as like a final lubrication and a little agitation, and the mats did not come out shiny. They didn't smell like tire lotion. They had a nice matte. They weren't sticky. Like that is a money, because I'd always used it 1-to-1 before. I used it at full strength dive, and I was like, I just don't like it at full strength on floor mats.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy on tire lotion at 1-to-1?
I like it straight myself, but
You do?
unlike you, I don't necessarily put that much on.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that was a Nick thing. You're like, just cut it 1-to-1, and maybe that'll.
yeah, that'll help you. So basically,
worked.
it's a trick for you to reduce product consumption. But
Get out of
other
my
than
own
that,
way.
so you can still think you're using too much, or oh, I'm not using much, but in reality, you're using probably twice as much as you really need. So by cutting it 1-to-1, you're back down to a normal rate. That being said, yes, it does make a great interior dressing. So if you want a dressing on your interior, and dressings are something that I'm generally not a fan of for interiors, but there are cases where they're needed. In the sense of you've got a plastic that is now starting to fade, it's cracking, it's scuffed. The dressing is going to make it look a lot better. But you don't want a dressing that's going to attract dust. You don't want a dressing that's going to accumulate dirt. And our tire dressing is actually great at not accumulating dust. We've done a lot of testing, and we continue to do testing. We have new products coming out on a regular basis, and type 2s and type 3s, and improving the products we have. And the tire lotion is one that we work on constantly, because that is an important part of every detail.
Yep.
That tire lotion, that's the cherry on the sundae, the icing on the cake. It's the last thing you do, and it's what gives that final little pop and sparkle. Well, we're trying to improve it. And, we listen to your inquiries, et cetera, but we haven't come up with one that's better than what we have now. Therefore, we're not going to change it until we have that one that's better. But in testing our products, other brands' products, and our R&D samples, it always comes out that the side that we do with our tire dressing accumulates less dirt between washes. No, it's not going to last for months, but you should be dressing your tires at every wash, or at least every other wash anyways. So very easy to do. It's very quick. And at the same time, since it's not accumulating as much stuff, it's easier to clean. And on the interior, it's the same thing. You can dress it with our tire dressing. It's not going to be greasy. It's not going to be slimy. It's not going to be sticky. It's just a nice finish.
And try it 1-to-1 as well and see if that's your flavor. I love it on the exterior plastics of the Jeep, which we've coated with Trim, Restore, and Protect. But as you know, I like extra product. I always like an extra layer of this, that, and the other thing. So I like it a little kind of like juicy and rich. And boy, that Jeep it just pops. It's got the A3 stack on there with the waxy look and the really glossy trim, and it's a nice look, Ivan. I just love keeping up on cars. I know you do too. If you're watching this video, Ivan, give them one last final piece of wisdom or advice. Give them some value, Ivan.
Well, actually, I'll give them a few pieces of wisdom and advice. First of all, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, there's a new feature if you're using a phone, and that is hype. So if you like it, if you hit the hype, it gives us some points, but at the same time, it's telling YouTube that, hey, I really like this video, and I think other people should see it as well.
You go to the comment section, and then you just actually have to swipe physically over to the right or left.
Right.
And then it'll be like comments, and then it'll be the little hype feature.
Yeah. So it's a little star with a trail behind it. And so that's one thing you can do to help us and actually help other people discover this channel. But at the same time, what do you want to do to make your car more easy to clean and more fun? Do it more often and do it with someone else. Use your significant other, have your kids join you, something like that. Doing it yourself, so some people need that away time. They need that me time. And that's a great, detailing is a great way to get that. But also, it's a fun activity to do as a couple. It's a fun activity, a very innovative date night is let's clean our cars together. And also, if you have kids, get them involved. The more they get into cleaning, the more they see the pleasure and the rewards of keeping stuff clean. You might not have to harp them on them as much to clean out the room and things like that, because they know what clean is and the benefits of having a clean environment.
It's a great idea. And I would say just get some rinseless wash. If you don't have it already, what are you waiting for? It's our hyper concentrated cleaning solution, 1 ounce per 2 gallons of water, 4 milliliters to a liter. It's taken over the detailing industry, but if you haven't tried it yet, now is my invitation to you. Go ahead and try rinseless wash. And if you haven't ceramic coated yet, Ivan, at the time of recording, it is ceramic coating month.
Yep.
If they want to learn more about ceramic coatings and they're like, hey, where do I do that? Do you have any ideas for them?
Yeah, there's a video right up here that is a lot of fun, and it shows you just how easy it is to ceramic coat your vehicle.